pleasure introduce my beloved childhood enemy and rival, who has risen despite great personal, family and professional setbacks to shine like the exuberant and gifted star she is. A star who beams with never diminishing energy, which must have come from George, as time goes by. My dear cousin Betsy, Bridget Angela Lansbury.
Thank you, Terry. You've taken a great deal of my material. Today, as a family, we are celebrating the life of a unique and extraordinary individual to whom we are all, in some way, very happily related. I realize, somewhat sadly, that my brothers, Edgar and Bruce and I, and our cousins, Terry Lansbury, who you've just heard speak, and John Postgate, plus David, I believe, and if I'm leaving anybody out, forgive me, I think you mentioned them, are the only ones who are old enough to have spent some of the years in the 1920s and the 1930s actually in the presence of GL. I'm going to refer to him as GL because we all called him GL. I mean, I called him Granddad, but everybody else called him GL. That perhaps George Lansbury was too much, I don't really know, but it was a very warm kind of address to him. Thankfully, we had the opportunity to be around him, young as we were, on some pretty momentous occasions, along with the simple domestic ones. And so, because so much of what has been spoken and written and discussed over the years about his political journey, on this occasion, which is so very personal to those of us directly descended from him and his wife Bessie, I'd like to reminisce a little about the pair, who were simply Granddad and Grandma, because in essence, that is how we remember them, and their big family, their sons and their daughters, who were our aunts and our uncles. The aunts, individually motivated, highly intelligent women. Annie, the eldest, who never married, and who really devoted her entire life to her family. And, let me see now, Daisy, mother of John, Oliver Postgate, Dolly, the mother of Peter and Helen Thurtle, and Connie, who named her daughter Moina after my mother, and Violet, whose son remained in Russia, but whose daughter, Canada Edwards, is unable to be with us here today, but her children are. Nellie, we all knew Nellie, but she unfortunately never married. Their surviving sons were Bill, with the eldest son of George, Esme, Billy, Daphne and Terry, who's here today, and of course, Edgar, my father, and Edgar and Bruce's father, and stepfather to my sister Isolde, whose daughter Tamara is here today, and their youngest son, of course, was Eric, father of David and Philip, who immigrated to Australia after World War II.